Hey, what's up, everybody? It's that guy Skimpy, and this is Tackle Talk with Skimp, where I'm going to be interviewing a bunch of different bait makers, whether they pour jigs or pour plastics or make swim baits or airbrush or modify molds or even making molds. Anything that has to do with bait making and tackle, I want to talk about it. So let's go. Oh my God! Look at Bingo mold. This is the 5-inch one. We're just going to jump right in. I got question number one for you. What is your name
Yes,
and where are
sir.
you from?
All right. Well, thank you first and foremost for having me. My name is Mike Harris. I'm from originally San Francisco, California, currently in Vacaville, California, and I am the owner of Vulture Baits.
All right. Question number two is where can we find you? Like what social media platforms are you on?
Yes, sir. So first and foremost, my I think we're freezing a little bit, but my number one platform is Instagram. It's under Vulture Bait Co.
Okay.
And that was just because it's hard to get your name out there, your brand out there. But it's under Vulture Bait Co. But I also have a website. It is vulture-baits.com, and that's where I sell my product.
All right.
I do have an Instagram presence under Vulture Baits as well. Or, I'm sorry, I said Instagram before. I do have a YouTube presence under Vulture Baits as well. And I also have TikTok. But YouTube and TikTok, I'm still working it out. I haven't gotten to you guys' level yet. I'm a horrible recorder. And I'm horrible at documenting what I do, but I'm getting better at it, man.
Hey, no worries. Okay, question number three is how long have you been fishing?
Man, so as most people, I started when I was young. My dad used to take me fishing back when I was, like 4 or 5 years old, waking me up at 5 in the morning and, dragging me out of bed to go fish and that type of stuff. And we used to have fun doing that, and we would never catch anything. But I just used to enjoy it because I was out with pops. And I got away from it for years because my whole thing was, man, I never catch fish, this and that. So I'm in my 50s now. I got into it again when I was in my mid 30s, believe it or not.
Okay.
And happened to catch a fish one time and got the bug again. And man, the first fish that I had caught at that point, it was a striper. Then I started bass fishing and connecting with people who like the bass fish. And, it just went all downhill from there. Started buying poles and getting into, just different types of baits and different types of tackle. Bought a kayak, started entering tournaments, and it's been downhill from there. And the bait making process has just been a culmination of all of that,
Right.
fast track, so to speak. So.
Okay. Question number four is would you rather fish for smallmouth and largemouth bass?
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right.
I have never caught a smallmouth bass in my life.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I may be the only person who has been on here that has not done that. I know where they are, because we have Lake Berryessa real close, and I know there's a ton of smallmouth out there, right? I've never caught a smallmouth bass. I would love to do it just because I know the fight is intense.
Yep.
I've had people tell me about it, but man, I'm a largemouth bass fisherman at heart. Like I said, I've done it in tournaments, and I like spotted bass and that type of stuff. But my fishing style is I'm a power fisherman, so I love punching, flipping, stuff like that. So I love that that thump thump and just that line sing of getting the largemouth bass, man.
Okay. So a bonus question is what is your personal best bass? What's your biggest bass you caught?
Biggest bass I know. Okay, so the one that I have recorded was a 6'8".
Okay. Nice.
I know for sure I caught one that was larger than that, and I won't embellish on it and say it was over 9, but it was somewhere between like 7 and 8.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a scale, so I can't validate it. But as far as a scale, when I have 6'8" was my biggest one.
Okay. All right. Question number 5. What got you started making your own baits?
Man, part of it had to do with the fact that I was spending so much money just buying baits and going through Mystery Tackle Box
Oh
and
yeah.
all these other type of programs, Walmart, Tackle Warehouse, so on and so forth. And I think you'll understand this. What we do is we get these certain types of baits that we like, and they become our confidence baits.
Yep.
But what ends up happening is we find that, oh, the type that I want is out of stock because everybody and their mom is using that,
Yep. Yep.
or um, man, they don't have it in these colors, but I know these colors would work. So it was really interesting. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine one time, and we just started talking about remelting plastics. And he was like, yeah, you can remelt them. I'm like, yeah, I've heard people doing it, so on and so forth. Um, to cycle ahead, what I ended up doing was just doing a lot of YouTube research on it and getting involved that way and watching people. And I'm a documentary watcher, so watching bait makers is literally like watching a documentary on
Yep.
how they do it. And you combine that with the artistic aspect of it for a lot of these folks, and I was just fascinated with it. So I was like, yeah, I could do it. So I had a conversation with my wife, and I was like, hey, I have an idea. I just need your backing. I'm gonna start a business doing this, and I just need your blessing on it. And she was all gung ho for it, and real supportive. And that's how I started, man.
Very awesome.
Just me wanting to make baits that I know that work for me, but being able to do the colors that I know that work for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started doing that, man, it was I love it. There are certain parts that I don't like, but I love it, and
Okay.
I really do.
Well, we're gonna get to that. So,
Okay.
question number 6 is, what is your favorite bait you like to make, and what is your favorite color you like to make?
So it's new for me, but I know a lot of people have been working with this. My
Okay.
favorite bait to make right now, I've been working with Hog Salad Baits,
Yep.
and they have a gilly, right?
Yeah.
And I've been
Which
working
one,
with the
the shad or the
3.8 inch.
regular gilly?
It's the regular gilly,
Okay.
not the paddle tail, right?
Okay.
So I haven't gotten the shad yet. I haven't because a lot of what I do now is based off of demand.
Mm-hmm.
But that was something that I wanted to get because that bellows shad was just becoming very, very popular,
Yeah.
right? So, and getting that mold and selling off of that mold is not something that is something that you could really do. So, long story short, I got it and I was like, oh my god! Like because I work with Angling AI and do-itmolds and a bunch of others, and I
Yep.
love those molds. But shout out to Hog Salad, they make a hell of a mold, man.
Yeah.
Like, and so I made that gilly. I did it in a bluegill pattern, what I call a bluegill pattern. Man, I went out my second cast, just bam! I caught myself a nice 3-pound bass, right? And that was just off of a drop shot setup.
Yep.
So that's been. I'm sorry, I sidetracked, but that's my favorite bait to make right now.
Okay.
And I'm not sponsored by them or anything. That's just
Okay.
me saying, hey, it's a great bait to have. So
I actually interviewed Hog Salad a few days ago, so
nice.
get ready for that.
Okay.
All right. On the opposite side,
Yes,
what
sir.
are the baits that you hate to make? Like, what are the most pain in the butt baits? I'm not saying they don't work.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there's always baits that, maybe doesn't shoot right every time or whatever. What are the
Yeah.
pain in the butt baits for you?
Sinkos.
Really?
Hands down.
What, you get
Sinkos.
dense? Is dense or what? What's the issue?
It's not that if you have a good mold and your technique is right, you keep your temperatures down,
Yep.
and you degas and all of that stuff, and you inject the proper way, it works, right? Especially if you have like a laminate plate, that makes it even better.
Oh yeah.
It's just the salt mixture and the fact that the salt changes the color of the bait from what you're normally used to. So there are adjustments that you have to make.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing that gets me more than anything else. Now, that being said, I love fishing Sinkos.
Absolutely.
Right? The hands down, they work. So I have no problem with them as a bait themselves. But when it's something where you're doing it for yourself, it's a little bit easier. But if it's something that you're producing for a customer and you want to make sure that it's dialed in the right way and you're giving them the great quality. You really have to be meticulous with a Senko.
Oh yeah.
That's just my take on it. The other one that's a little difficult, I started doing hand pouring as well. I haven't started advertising that to people, but you got some people out there who are just awesome at hand pouring, and I watch quite a few of them.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm pretty darn good at it. If I do say so myself. It's
Awesome.
just that that's something that's pretty time consuming, and you really have to kind of like devote some time to doing that. So
You
that's the
gotta
hard
you
part.
gotta
The
have a
Senko,
steady hand, bro. Cause me,
yeah,
I'm kind of like this, and those guys they
yeah,
just pour it and they put a vein through it in different colors and stuff.
yeah.
It's like it's crazy skill.
Well, one technique I did learn is if your mold is big enough and you can rest the bottom of the measuring cup on it and then pour from tail to front,
Okay.
or even like you start at the front, and as long as you can kind of get that down, you don't get the coffee shakes as much as
Okay.
trust me, I get them. So
Okay.
you know,
All right. Uh, question number 8. What is some
yes,
good
sir.
advice for anyone getting started making baits?
Yeah, the first thing that I would recommend, if you're going to do this for your own personal purposes,
Yeah.
that's great, right? I would say that the route that I took, I started off buying um, molds from Amazon and doing the ceramic molds,
Yeah.
right? And I don't knock those; they work.
Yeah.
So if it's for your own personal use and whatnot, then I think that that's a good way to get started.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if you can afford it, I would recommend going for things that are of more quality. For example, get yourself some good aluminum molds, multi-cavity molds,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's a real key. Um, and then make sure you get a good injector. When you start, I know what I did when I first started. I got just a cheap injector, and every time I would inject or try and pour the remainder out, the cap would fall inside of
Yeah.
the measuring cup and whatnot. It's a real pain. So get yourself some good injectors, ones that lock and
Absolutely.
that you have some confidence in. And that's first for the beginner. If you're planning on doing it as a business, the main thing that I think you have to be aware of is don't be afraid to experiment. First, make sure that you can replicate your product.
Yes.
So you got to be grandma. You got to write your recipes down and whatnot,
Yeah.
right? You have to make sure you can replicate your product. But the main thing that I learned was, and this was something that Pirate King, or I'm sorry, Pirate Bait Company, he actually mentioned
Okay.
for me, and he was right on point with this. Make sure that your mold matches your package size. So, for
Okay.
example, if you have a mold that only shoots 3, right, of whatever bait it is, but you're saying that you're gonna send off 9, you got to shoot it 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
right? The other thing is if you have a package size of 10, for example, and your mold shoots 6, you've got to shoot that mold multiple times in order to be able to make packs.
Yeah.
So the real thing you don't want to have is a bunch of leftovers. And I can show you, oh my gosh, right? I've got like a bunch of leftovers learning that process
Oh yeah.
and just kind of looking and going, well, I can't use this as a selling thing. So what I ended up doing in a lot of instances was setting them up as promotional items, or sometimes I get outreach from people who want to, try the product and, that type of stuff. So
Sample
that's what I
packs.
use them. Yes, yeah, exactly. Sample packs. But yeah, man, that's the real key because, that plastisol is not cheap.
Yeah.
It really isn't. So if you want to be efficient and you want to make money off of it, then make sure that you're being real smart with your inventory.
All right. Question number 9.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything special that you've been working on, and can we see some baits?
Yeah, man. I should have had. Well, I've got a couple of things. I mentioned the hand pouring, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a couple of the hand pours I have. Some of the people who follow me, they've seen them on my Instagram post, but I don't know if you can see this.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've just been doing hand pourings. This right here is a 5-inch G5 mold from Angling AI, and I really love this mold. It has like the hook slot in it and everything. So what I've been working on is like skin pores, right?
Mm-hmm.
And texturizing. So this one was one that I was trying to do like some type of a tiger shad, right? And so that's how it came out. This is my golden shad.
Very
I'm kind of
nice.
proud of that one.
Yeah.
This is one that I can actually replicate. It's like a golden shiner for the most part. And so there's that. I have here, this is the 7-inch version of it. It's my version of like an electric shad.
Okay.
So I'm having fun with these. This is kind of what I started with early, believe it or not. I had a couple of molds, but the first aluminum mold I bought. Shout out to my my friend Kenny. He bought the mold for me.
Oh, awesome.
He was like, "Hey, I'm going to invest in you." So he bought a mold for me, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll try hand pouring." So I was really happy about that. I've also been working on the ghillie. I can go get you something. Let me show you something real quick. Hold on a second. A couple of these over here. Been working on the ghillie. My lighting is bad in here, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this.
I can see it.
But can you see the lamination on it?
Yes, I can.
So basically what I'm going fishing tomorrow, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if you could see the lamination on this, but on the bottom is I have some mica powder that I got from 8-Bit Baits, and it's like a pink to gold.
Yeah.
And then it's called Dragon's Breath. And then on top, what that is from the color itself is it's kiwi. It's
Okay.
kiwi. It came from Dead On Plastics. Not Dead On Plastics. Yeah, Dead On Plastics.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I've been working on. This one may come out a little bit better. I did a laminate on that one as well. This is off of a I hope you can see that. The interesting thing is the kiwi on top, it's a color shift. So it's really like a green to brown. And then I have on the bottom, it's like an ox blood mixed in with some black flake. So it gives it a real natural color. So I'm hoping to catch some stuff on this tomorrow just to see. So these are the type of things that I'm working on. What I work on generally is I have traditional colors, but I work on colors from the perspective of, do they fish? And I try to test these. And when I give them to people, I try to give them to them with the caveat of, please give me positive and negative feedback.
Yeah.
Because ultimately what I want to know is, did it work for you? What lake did it work in? What color did you use? That type of stuff. So I get a lot of good feedback from the people who are in my community and whatnot. And, so those are the type of things that I've been working on now. But for those who are interested in just what it is that I have, I mean, as I mentioned, my website has my whole product line, but except for the hand pours, I'm going to start doing that relatively soon. So.
All right. I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
And this one's actually my favorite question I like to ask.
All right.
Okay. Question number 10. If you can fish with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
It would be my dad.
Yeah.
It would be my dad. My dad passed away 7 years ago.
Okay.
And that was when I really got heavy into tournament fishing and stuff like that. Funny story for you. My dad used to always freak out about me being on water because I can't swim. Right? So I would never tell him, "Oh, I'm in a boat tournament," or this and that, right? So, anyway, but no. The long story short, I would love to fish with him because he ended up getting a heart condition where he couldn't be as mobile, and he wasn't able to travel. So there were a lot of things that, as I got older, you get that sense of, man, I wish I could have, or I wish I would have. Right. So it would have been wonderful for him to, because he loved fishing. That was his thing. That was his getaway. That was his peace. Whenever I was stressing him out too much, my mom was stressing him out too much, he would just go away and fish with some friends and then come back, a whole different person, right? So I think it would have been really cool. We did have one instance where my kids, I have 4 boys, so my kids got to go up and fish, and but he wasn't able to join in with them just because of his condition, but he was able to see it. And I could see like the beam in his eye. So for me to be able to take him out, let him try some of my baits, hopefully have him catch a fish. It would chef's kiss on that one. That would
Yeah,
be
for
perfect.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's all the questions I have. Do you
Thank
have
you.
anything you want to add? You got any shout outs? You got anything?
Yeah, I want to just shout out a few people
Okay.
because I think they deserve it. Um, you had asked me what got me into it, and I said I started watching YouTube. So there's a
Yep.
lot of inspiration that's out there in the YouTube community.
Absolutely.
There really is. The bait maker community is something that you just wouldn't understand unless you're involved in it,
Yep.
and I'm so thankful for it. So the people who inspired me and do some great work. Chris Jones from World's Worst Fishing.
Yep.
He's great. I love SDG Custom Lurecraft.
Yep.
His channel is great. Sweet Boys Outdoors, man, they do some beautiful hand pours. They're 513 Lure Works.
Mm-hmm.
They do some beautiful hand pours. Mark King, Marr King, he was really good for me because I like the fact that he kind of keeps it business central, where he talks about packaging and things like that, and how to run a business from a young age. And you're never too young to teach somebody. So I just wanted to call him out. And I mentioned Pirate Bait Company earlier. I'm trying to get on that level where it's like the setup he has with the mixers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My goodness, I would love it, but I'm not there yet. I'm working on it, guys. But yeah, as far as just people in general, shout out to my friend Ken from Yank Masters. He's the one who makes all of my gear.
Okay.
He's the one who makes my hats. I'm wearing a Yank Master hat right now. If I could, just give him a shout out. He's on Instagram and he's on Facebook. You could see some of our tournament fishing that was done out there because he was my tournament partner. So Yank Masters, Ken, shout out to you. My son, Bluegill Bandito 2.0, Bluegill _Bandito 2.0.
Okay.
You guys be on the lookout for him, okay? For those who think they can panfish, watch this man, okay?
Okay.
He makes me mad because I know I can fish, but he'll fish in deep cover and all this other stuff with 4-pound test and no weight and fight out bass out of stuff. It's really funny. But no, he's got some things that are coming up with regard to his business and his channel. So keep an eye out. A shout out for him. Love you, Isaiah. That's Bluegill Bandito. And last, my brother-in-law. I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law Dana. He's a tournament fisherman. He's Dana _Tech Q on Instagram. He does not post anything. We're trying to get him to do it. He literally just caught himself a 9-pound bass.
Ooh.
And came in second place on a tournament on the Delta this weekend and did not record it. And I'm so angry with him for that. But shout out to him. And then also RimDog510 on Instagram.
Okay.
Shout out to Remo. He's one of the other people who's kind of like supported me, bought me a mold, gave me some ideas, and was like, hey, let's get this going. So just shout out to those guys. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to you, my friend, that guy Skimpy. If you guys haven't watched, if this is your first time watching this, right, and you've made it this far, go back and look at some of the stuff that this man does. All right. So I'm impressed with you. And I just want to say this to you face to face and on camera. Your versatility is ridiculous. I want to get into like making the jigs and doing spinnerbaits because I love spinnerbait fishing and I love doing like chatterbait fishing and things like that. And I love watching how you guys are able to basically take some lead and make it into art, man. So I just want to thank you for your platform and everything that you do as well.
I appreciate you, man. And I appreciate you coming on here. Hopefully you had a good time. Everybody watching. Hopefully you liked the show, and that's the show.
Man, you're doing great work, sir.
Appreciate you.
Skimpy, I forgot I had poured you one. I had poured one ready for you and forgot to mention it. I was going to open it on the video, but I know it can't be on there, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Here you go. I don't know if this is a great video of what it looks like, but there you go. There's a skim pour using some, honestly, did some remelt and did a skim pour and a paint of the face and whatnot, using mica powder and whatnot. Obviously, everything is dead on plastics, and I used some 8-bit baits. I used some Pearl X powder, some other stuff just to come up with this fish. I hope you can see it. Anyway, thank you again, brother. Peace.